Hey friends, so today's video is going to be pretty short and also very different from what I usually post on my YouTube channel for two reasons. One, something happened today that made me realize I needed to make this video, and two, I don't really have the time to edit a really long-winded, like, in-depth video, so this is what you're getting today. As some of you may know, maybe not all of you, I am in the Seattle area. I live here, I've lived here for several years, and right now we are actually experiencing the worst breakout of COVID-19 in the US. We've had 14 deaths, and most of them being at a care facility in Kirkland, an east side city, and it's been scary. I'll give you that. It's been just kind of unnerving. There's a lot of like unknowns right now, so it's a little bit just like disconcerting. Microsoft has closed campuses for the time being. They've had people stay home, and then the people who work in the facilities, who kind of keep the facilities running, they're giving them like full pay even though they're not going to work. So props to Microsoft for that. I saw that news and I was like, hell yes. Comic-Con has been canceled, thank God. That was supposed to be happening next weekend, and I was getting more and more frustrated as the days went on that they hadn't done it yet, and I'm like, guys, come on, like, post-con crud is already a thing. The last thing we need is for post-con crud with, like, a deadly virus, so hey. So it's been weird. All the grocery stores are like kind of empty. Not every grocery store and not every section of the grocery store. I will say I like Seattle, but we are very bad at reacting to things that are any sort of inconvenience to us. So like in the snow, what happens? Snowpocalypse, everything shuts down, it's crazy. So right now it's like not quite at that level because we still have a lot of people who are like, it's no big deal. And then you have people who are like immunocompromised or have like family members in like nursing homes and they're like, hey, pay attention. So it's been weird. The president called our governor a snake today. So that's cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Jay Inslee, but he's by no means a snake. I did just want to give you guys kind of like a quick update as somebody who is in the epicenter, who is at ground zero, because the news has been not the most accurate. I've seen some news sources calling the city like a ghost town, which is absolutely not true. There's still people going to work. There are still people driving. There's still a commute in the morning. The roads are not empty. Definitely certain places are a lot less crowded. Traffic has been great though. There's a lot less cars on the road. It's by no means a ghost town. I just wanted to kind of like check in from the base here, from where most people are looking to right now. So that's, again, kind of disconcerting where it's like the whole country is looking at the city of Seattle and our like ways of reacting to a crisis. That's a lot of pressure, just saying. It's a lot of pressure. But also, if you may not have seen this might not be something as widely known. South by Southwest has been canceled, as well as several other tours, festivals, like I said, Comic-Con. There's a lot of big events that are being canceled right now. South by Southwest being probably the biggest one and the one that kind of shocked me the most just because I have so many friends who are musicians who play at South by Southwest and tour and go there, make connections and play showcases. And today, when I saw that news, all I could think of were my friends, were the people who I know who rely on touring and playing live shows to make their musician career successful and somewhat sustainable. Not everybody's music career is like the most sustainable thing, but that's why they work as a bartender or something else that's not a full-time gig, which also people who are bartending are not nearly getting as much patronage right now for obvious reasons. Nobody's to be blamed for staying home. As somebody who has a quote-unquote regular job, where I go to an office and I could work from home if I have to, seeing the people who I am friends with and the people who I interact with and the people who I love who work in the service industry or work as musicians, I'm heartbroken for them because right now is usually the time when everybody's going on tour, everybody's going to festivals, they're getting ready. Coachella is in the balance. Not that I'm a fan of Coachella in general. Festival season is kind of like up in the air. It's like, what's gonna happen? Like, how many festivals are gonna go? How long is this gonna take to get contained? Who knows? it's a lot of unknowns right now. And I go to a lot of live shows usually. I haven't been going to as many lately for a couple reasons, but now it makes me a little bit even more uneasy going to things because you have no personal space. But because I go to shows a lot, and right now I'm not, it makes me think of all the people who are doing exactly the same thing and how that's negatively impacting artists who are playing, as well as the people who are working the venues, bartenders, door people who rely on events and people who rely on live shows. And it made me think of like how I can help, how I can maybe like spread the word and encourage people to use their resources. If you are somebody like me who regularly attends live shows and you're not right now, there's that extra bit of money that usually goes towards tickets, maybe parking, maybe buying some drinks from the bar. There's that money that you usually use for going out. And while you're not going out right now as much, maybe, I strongly encourage you right now, especially with South by Southwest being canceled, I strongly encourage you to use that money that you normally would going out and seeing live shows to support artists in other ways, to buy their albums, to buy CDs, tapes, download music from Bandcamp, buy their merch. Just support artists monetarily right now, because a lot of these big events that they rely on are not happening. And I saw a handful of people who work as vendors at Comic-Con, and they bring their art and they bring their like things to sell, and they can't do that now. And it's like usually their biggest show of the year. So a lot of people are going to be hurting, and a lot of people are going to be losing out on a lot of revenue that they normally count on throughout the year. If you are somebody, I will be sharing this video on Twitter, but if you are somebody who does rely on some of those large events that maybe they aren't happening right now, please, like, just I'll make sure nothing gets marked as spam. Like, leave links to things because I want people to be able to support art in a way that's like helpful for the artist, but also like safe for everybody else. I literally talked to my friend Ryan the other day. His band Smoky Brights like had things figured out to go down to South by, and now I don't know if that's going to happen. Their band Smoky Brights is amazing. I'll leave links to every band that I know who either has new music coming out right now or in the next month, or people who I know were going to South by and now maybe they're still going to play like smaller showcases, or they're not going at all. Bands that are going to be negatively affected by the canceling of the main event. Smoky Brights, Acid Tongue, and Freak Out Records. I'll leave links to all of their stuff in the description, as well as I'll be sharing things on Twitter today, because I want to be able to use this platform to help, like, I don't know, amplify the voices of the bands and the artists that now don't get to do this huge thing that kind of jumpstarts festival season. It's like the first one of the season. We have South by, and then Coachella, Bonnaroo, used to have Sasquatch, but it's the first big thing, and it's huge in like tech and huge in film. So you have a lot of film premieres that are being pushed back, so people are missing out on revenue that they may have been counting on this time. And the people who work the event, the people who are working in the service industry, working in event coordination, working at the clubs, working at the door, just anything having to do with like putting on the event itself, they're going to be negatively impacted. So please think of them right now, especially, and please, if you have some money and you want to support artists, buy their stuff, like, and don't just stream it on Spotify or on YouTube, like, buy it. I love buying music. I love buying records. I still buy CDs if I'm at a show and that's all they have. And I will buy singles on Bandcamp if I just want to have a song. If they don't have like full albums and I want to own the single, I'll buy the single. So any way you can, especially if you do regularly attend events like this and you regularly go out and see live music, use that money that you're not using right now to still support the artist, because right now they're going to be particularly affected by it, because not only are they not getting the revenue from the like shows that they're playing, a lot of them also work in the service industry on the side, and they bartend, they work in restaurants, they do things that are also being negatively affected by people staying in. So it just makes me think of all of my friends who are missing out on like one of the biggest things that happens every single year. And South by has happened for 34 years. Up until now, this is the first time in 34 years it hasn't happened. I've never been, but like I said, I've had dozens of friends who have gone, who have played, who have photographed, who have covered in some capacity. I just wanted to use this platform that I have to just like shout out bands that I know are coming out with things right now. I know who are touring. Some shows, obviously some bands, and in certain areas, artists, like the shows are still being sold out. So it's not that like nobody's going to see live music anymore, but we're particularly feeling it here because this is kind of ground zero, which is cool. It's been a great week, guys. It's been a fucking great week. God damn it. This week, I literally had to snooze people on Facebook because I was just tired. I was tired. Most of the people who have been affected have all been over the age of 70 and had underlying health issues. They were in assisted living facilities and nursing homes. So, which makes me all that much more careful because my sister works with the elderly as well. We don't know how it affects everybody. And if I get it, and it doesn't affect me that badly, and then maybe if Libby gets it and it doesn't affect her that much because we're young and healthy, who knows if that happens the same way with any of the people that she works with. We don't know. So please don't come to Seattle right now. Even if you had tickets to Comic-Con, even if you had tickets to Emerald City Comic-Con, I urge you, please stay home. Unless you absolutely cannot miss out on the finances that you use to get here, stay out of Kirkland and stay out of large crowds. Wash your hands, please. Just wash your hands. I've been saying happy birthday to myself twice every time I wash my hands when I'm at work. And that's getting boring. And I saw somebody post on Twitter today or Facebook of different songs that also have choruses that are that length, the right length that you would need to sing while you're washing your hands. And I know Good as Hell by Lizzo and Mr. Brightside by The Killers are two. And then Love on Top by Beyonce. I can't remember the other ones right off the top of my head. But if you have any other things that you've just been like humming to yourself in your head while you wash your hands, let me know. Links to tons of artists, Smokey Brights, Acid Tongue, all the rest of the Freak Out Records folks. The Districts are currently on tour. I'm planning on seeing them at the end of the month. I know there's like more that I'm forgetting, but I will leave links to artists and bands and people I've seen on Twitter who are missing out on an opportunity and missing out on a big event that they count on throughout the year. There's really nobody to blame except the government of China and the government of the United States. Just a little more time. A little more notice would have been great. Just a little more notice would have been super helpful. Our president is busy calling our governor a snake. It's great. It's great. It's great. Literally, 2020 came in like a ton of bricks. So, and it keeps piling on. So if you can, and if you would like, buy some music because it makes you feel better. There's just so much music stuff happening and I am so checked out of it right now because like everything else on my feed on Facebook has just been like politics. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm obviously voting. Obviously everybody should be voting. If you get a primary ballot, if you are eligible to vote, go fucking vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I just know that Bernie Sanders has a better chance of winning against Trump. And that's all I'm going to say. This was the weirdest ramble. And I actually rambled a lot longer than I expected I was going to. So it won't be nearly as quick of an edit, Abby.
God.
So yeah, just buy music. Buy music if you can. If you normally spend that money on going to live shows and you're not going to live shows, buy some music. I'm going to go and edit this now. Because edible has hit, and now I'm just gonna start rambling if I
keep going.
There's obviously no song of the day because my entire homework for you is to go listen to music. So do that, and buy music. If you actually want to see like my full record collection, I posted a video of that several months ago. That'll be up in a card if you really want to know what kind of music I listen to. It's a lot of indie rock, spoiler, of various types. Synthy, folky, mathy, I don't know. Also subscribe if you're new here and want to see more of my videos. This is a different kind of video, I realize, but I felt the need to use my platform in a way that is constructive. So yeah, thanks so much to my patrons as always. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye.